Welcome to Oracle Application Express Apex Regions Reports, Part 5. In the previous lessons, we've taken a look at two of the main types of reports that you can build inside of Apex. An interactive report, which automatically gives end users a ton of programmatic functionality where they can customize the reports to exactly the way they want to see them, and a classic report. I'm going to add another region to the page that I've been working on up to this point to show you the difference between the last couple of types of reports that are available to you inside of Apex. I want to report, and up to this point we've looked at interactive and classic reports. The web service result we'll take a look at when we dive into web services inside of Apex. The last type of report is called a wizard report. Wizard reports and classic reports are very similar to each other, but I'm going to show you one significant difference between the two of them. If I select classic report, and I'm not going to go all the way through this wizard, I'm just going to give it a garbage name like X, and then select Next, and then say I want to use the query builder. If you try to use the query builder to select objects that are outside of the schema that's associated with the workspace, you can't do it. Even though I've granted privileges to my movie schema inside of my database to other objects in my database, I can't see them here. It doesn't allow me to change the schema, even though there are privileges to other schemas to the movie schema. If I cancel out of this, say I want a new region, a report, instead of a classic report, I say wizard report. Looks very similar. Again, I'm just going to give it a garbage name for now. But here, when I select what information I want to see in this report, I can go to other schemas to do it. I can go to the HR schema, which I've granted some privileges on, or the OE schema, which I've granted some privileges on. I can see product descriptions or product information that's owned by the OE user. Or if I go to the HR user, I can get information from departments or employees. Other than that, the creation of classic reports and wizard-based reports are very similar. The ability to select objects from other schemas is really the main difference between those two different types of reports. So I'll walk through the creation of a new report. I'll say I want to grab my departments. I want to see everybody on the report except the department ID. I can review the SQL query if I want to. Now when I run the page, I have my movie audit table, the interactive report, which is next to it because I changed the interactive report to not create a new row after the display of the first region. And then down below, I have my third region down here, which I've just created. If I wanted to move this third region up next to my interactive report, I can edit the page, double-click on my X region, and say, do not start a new row. Apply the changes, run the page, and as long as I have the room inside of my browser to display 3 columns of information, it'll now be displayed here in the third column.